Hi 6A, how are we doing? So this is our numeracy lesson for today, and what we're going to do is we're going to carry on with what we just started to think about before we had to finish school, and that was measuring and estimating. Now I wonder if any of you can remember what we mean when we say we are estimating. I'm hoping that some of you have just said that it means guessing. And if you said that it means guessing, you're exactly right. When we estimate something, we are using our knowledge and our understanding of the world around us to make a guess about something. So what we're going to do today is we are going to think of how we can use our hands to guess the size of objects around our house. Okay? So the first thing we are going to do is we are going to measure our hand span. So hold your hands up for me. Okay, we just need one of them. Right, now our hand span is when we stretch our thumb and our finger as far apart as we can. Our hand span goes from our thumb all the way across our hand to our little finger. That is our hand span. Okay, you might remember we had just started to do this in class. So what we're going to do is the first thing we're going to do is we are going to measure your hand span. So you're going to take your hand, okay, and you're going to put it on a piece of paper, and you are going to put a little mark at the edge of your little finger, stretch your hand out as far as you can, and put another mark at the end of your thumb. Okay, now when you've done that, what you're going to do is you need something that we use to measure with. Hopefully you've all said ruler. Now I couldn't find a ruler for this, well, not a long enough one, so I'm going to have to use a tape measure. Now you should be familiar with using these from college, so you should know how to use these. Mostly the zero starts right at the end, and then we've got centimetres along the bottom and inches along the top. Okay, so what you're going to do is you are going to measure between the two marks that we've just drawn on the paper. All right, and for me, that is 20 centimetres. Okay, 20 centimetres is my hand span. All right, that is your hand span. Excellent. So then what we're going to do, right, is we're going to use our hand span, right, to work out or to guess, to estimate how big different objects might be. Okay, and remember, it is a guess, it is an estimate. All right, it's not going to be exact, but we're trying to get it as close as we can. All right, so we're going to start off with this cushion. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to take your hand, okay, and we are going to stretch it out as much as we can. So we've got that hand span, right, and we're going to put our hand at one point, at one edge. We're going to stretch it out, and then we're going to push our thumb down, and we're going to bring our little finger to meet our thumb, and then we're going to stretch it out again and count how many hands it takes for us to move across the object. So for this cushion, do that again so you can count. We've got one hand span and two hand spans. Okay, and then we know that that cushion is 2 hand spans wide. 2 hands wide. So how can we turn that into a guess, into an estimate about how big that cushion is? Have a look at this. So our object, let's write our object. It was a cushion, okay? And it was, how many hands wide? Correct, 2 hands wide, okay? 2 hands wide. And my hand span, can anyone remember what my hand span was? Yeah, it was 20 centimetres, 20 centimetres. So our sum that we're going to do is 2, the 2 hand spans. We're going to times, because we want 2 lots of them, times 2 times 20. So So our hand span, the one hand span. So 2 hands, one hand is 20 centimetres. So the sum is 2 lots of 20. 2 times 20. Now, if you need to, you can use a calculator for this, or a calculator on a phone or on a computer, right? Because not everybody's hand span is going to be 20, so it might be harder to work out. So for me, I'm going to do 2 hand spans times 20 centimetres, all right? And that is going to be 40 centimetres, okay? So if we have a look at this is our cushion. We can estimate that this cushion is 40 centimetres across, okay? So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to go around your house, okay? Find 5 to 10 objects, measure your hand span, and then use that hand span to estimate how big those different objects that you picked around your house are, okay? If you write that out on the sheet and write your sums out on a sheet like I have, then maybe someone at home can take a picture of that and they can email it, or they can post it on Facebook so we can see what a good job you've done. All right, hope you have fun with that and you get the hang of it. It's good for understanding about measuring, good for understanding about estimating, okay, and it is good for doing some simple multiplication sums. So the number of hands times the hand span. Okay, have a go at that and see how you get on.